Hey guys, Doctan here. Today, I'd just like to talk to you to give my first impressions of the game, as I've been playing it now for approximately a week, on and off. I haven't been playing it like every day because I've been at work, but I've got 1 day's playtime on there. I've got 2 characters. Like I say, I've been playing it like casually for about a week now. And yeah, and personally I think it's a really awesome game. It's quite in depth. It's different to every other MMO that's out there. People in chat down here all the time going about World of Warcraft, and as they do, is it the next WoW killer, and this is nothing like WoW, and it's boring. But it's not boring, and what people need to understand is this game is not like any other MMO that's out there. It's completely different in every shape, way and form. As you can see, you're on the map. You've got your cities, and there's no flying mounts. You've got your own little horse, which you level up as you're going along, and the more you ride your horse, the more you level up. And it takes quite a long time to get from these areas to one place to another. And what I did is you can rush to level whatever it is, 50, 52, 53 to max level if you want, and it probably takes about 15 hours game time if you want to rush to up there. And the quest system in the game gives you 2 type of experience. If you look at the top left, it gives you contribution XP, which goes towards these contribution points, and your normal XP, which is this bar right across the top here, which makes you level up. And these contribution points affect you in loads of different ways, mainly for these nodes. If you see these nodes, these nodes, you can activate them. All these here, like say I've activated these ones here in this town valley here, and all these activate, and I've got my workers going to these various ones here. Now I've only figured this out later on in the game, that because you can buy stuff in this town here from the trade, and you can sell it to this guy all the way down here, that guy there, sorry, in that city there, and and you can make profit from it. And there's loads of different ways where you can make profit in this game. It's the game's, people are calling it a sandbox MMO, where you can basically do what you want, and it's right, you can do what you want because you're not tied down to any way, shape or form. There's no like World of Warcraft's a PvP and a PvE game. This game here, Black Desert Online, there's no real PvE element where you can get 20, 30 people to go and fight a boss, but there is PvP where if you want to level up, like you can, if, for instance, you can go to an area, I can't remember where the area is now, in this area around here, you can just farm the mobs in this area, and these mobs will drop like these little tokens, and if you collect 30 tokens or 100 tokens, whatever it is, these tokens can be handed in for money. And the money, like, is everything in this game, and various times you might see pop up in the middle of the screen, like across here, something's been sold for 6 million silver or something mad like that. And there's other various, like I said before, the trade in this game, the trade, like, people haven't really gotten around to doing it. If I put the stats on any of the rankings in the trade, people, there's only a few people that's quite good at it. The rest of this apprentice here is quite easily achievable as a new person, you know, and apprentice 10. But what it is, it takes a lot of time for anything to do it, because one, you need to do some certain questing to get your contribution XP up. Then when you get your contribution points, you need to unlock these nodes and connect them all. And if you to connect them, you have to go and visit the node manager. Then it'll come up here saying contribute, and you just contribute to that node. And the more nodes you have, like I say, if you buy something in that town, the more nodes you got connected, you can sell it down here to this guy here, or this guy in here, and you get more money. It's called distance bonus. Now, if you haven't got these nodes connected up and you buy something, and you take it down this guy down here, and you try to sell it, it's like 75% less money. So it is really worth it, and I really think that people... there's my horse leveled up there. I really do think people are not doing this for just purposely because it takes quite a lot of time to do any trading in this game, and put the trading, like, is something I really want to get into, because I really think it's really good. Because there's nothing like that, like, you know, in World of Warcraft or every other MMO. You can go on the auction house and, you know, and you sit there for hours on end buying all the stuff and selling it a little bit expensive. And, you know, it's not like that in this game, you know. And people are going around, because the way that I keep mentioning World of Warcraft, because everybody mentions it in chat and all over the place, is people like nowadays, they like things given to you, and you go to one area, do a quest, complete it, go to another area, do a quest, complete it, and you keep doing that, and you're like governed to what World of Warcraft or any other game like that tells you what to do. You have to go to area A, you have to do all the quests in that area, you have to become level 21 before you can move on to the next area, because, you know, and that's the way MMOs have been in the past, because that's the way people think they should be. Then this come out, you don't even need to quest in this game. Like, I'm only level 22 at the minute, and I've spent most of my time like fishing. You know, I've spent loads of time fishing. I have spent time questing, but I've spent more time doing other things, like farming, for instance. You know, and all these stuff are easily achievable. There's like, if you want to go and quest to get your contribution points up, you can go and quest to get your contribution points up. But you're not governed to one area. Like, this is the start area up here, and the reason why I'm going back up to this area, because I want to do all the quests in this area to get my contribution points up, so I can start connecting these nodes up. So when I buy stuff at one place, I can sell it in another place, so the trade route is better. And before I started rushing, like doing the quests, like just what we've all been used to in the past, just doing quests, going here and killing 10 of this, and going there and killing 10 of that. And, you know, and I thought to myself, and I started researching a bit, going on YouTube and onto Reddit and stuff, and thinking there's actually more to the game than just running around questing, going and killing 10 stuff of this, 10 stuff for that. Because this game is massive, like absolutely huge, and that there is a little portion. Like I say, I've been talking now 5-10 minutes, and I've went from there to there, and it's taken like 10 minutes just to walk there. Now this game is like massive, like to go from one end of the map across here, all the way across to the other end of the map, like it's just going to take you forever, you know. And it's a good thing. I think it's a really, really good thing. Like, apart from that, like when you get onto later levels, like when you go to level 50, there's a sort of like a guild PvP type thing to it, but it's nothing like, you know, like people don't want to say, oh, I don't really like PvP, but it's these things here, these territories, guilds own these territories, and these territories come into tax. If you see on there, 5% tax, and everybody in this area pays 5% tax to this guild here. And there's another one there. You know, and guilds own these cities. You can own all these down here, and no guild is occupying this territory. And you can, in these cities here, see if there's one in here, and you can go and raid these castles. And this is a big thing of this game. You can build guilds up and build stuff up, and you can declare war on other guilds. And these wars, like they're awesome. I've watched a few on YouTube, and they're really good. Like, I'm not really a PvP person, but the whole element of the game, it's like I don't know, it's like back when in caveman days and stuff like that, where people own territories and they own bits of land, and people come and raid you and take all your land off you and stuff, and it's really good. And like I say here, if I've gone to my character screen here, training, this is stuff, all this fishing, like it takes ages to do these things, and this is why people say, oh, there's nothing really to do in the game. Well, there's absolutely loads to do in the game, because gathering, you know, and alchemy, cooking, hunting, you have to make a rifle, you can go and hunt stuff, and you can sell them on the market. And the training, you can go and the mounts, you can buy your mounts if you want to get the money, but you can go and get some rope, which I think on my bags. You get this rope here, throw it around the horse's neck, and you use the sugar, the lump of raw sugar, and you give it to the horse, and you tame the horse, you know. Then these horses, you can breed them. And if you got a male and a female, depends on what, because you can get different tier horses, like tier 1, 2 and 3. You can breed them, and you get more money for them that way, you know. And what I personally want to do is I want to get all these nodes connected, so I basically own a lot of the land. I know I won't be owning the land personally, but it's to become self-sufficient, like, you know, get because if you go in this here, and these houses, the housing system in this game is brilliant. So you can get tool workshop and all sorts of stuff, and you can get workers to work for you. Now you have to buy a house, so you can get one. You can get lodging. Now lodging. These lodgings hire one worker and hire two workers, and these workers, you can hire. I think I've got a few across here. These workers here. So instead of me mining this area here, I can send a worker. Oh, my storage is full. A worker to come and mine these for us. So, and when these storages are full, I'm going back in here, and these houses, and I've got this one's a thingy wagon. This one here. This is a workbench. So what you do is you manage crafting, and you can. Like these stuff here, you've got mats. See, I need 12 of them, 10 of them, and 4 of them. Now, I've only got. I can send him away to make that, an ash crate. You know, and it's just different stuff like that. Like I send that, and it's different stuff like people going on. It's been doing my nutting in chat because people going on going, oh, there's nothing to do. It's nothing like World of Warcraft. I wish people would stop trying to compare games with World of Warcraft, because World of Warcraft and Terra and all the other, like Guild Wars 2, they've all got their own little bubble which they work from, you know, and you cannot really, like when Rift come out or Star Wars Online, people's like, oh, this is the WoW killer. When it's, no game's going to be a WoW killer, no game's going to be a Star Wars killer or anything like that. It's just what people prefer to play. People prefer to play World of Warcraft, and I play World of Warcraft. People prefer to play this. People prefer to play Star Wars Online, you know, and there's a lot of bloody people in this world to make all games playable, you know. And this game, I'm not just saying it is an absolutely awesome game, and for people say it's pay to win, and if you go into the Pearl shop here, it's not a pay to win game at all, because there's a Pearl shop. Pearl shop. It's not a pay to win game at all. It's like this is the Pearl shop, and in the Pearl shop, it's just like stuff to get you a little extra, like get you extra inventory slots, or like weight limit increased and stat reset. There's nothing like to give you, buy this mount and you run like 20% faster, or buy this armor set and it gives you like an extra special 100% attack bullshit. It's just small cosmetics, you know, like this axe here, and it gives you like a little thing on the end of your axe, I mean, or you can get like a different pattern, you know, really, you know, and people are like, oh yeah, it's pay to win, and it's not pay to win at all. And yeah, you can buy your mount, you know, but what's the point of buying a mount when you can spend like a couple of hours crafting it yourself, you know? Because I don't see the point in spending like all that in there, like the pet as well. These pets in game, you can get the pets in game, so you don't even need to get these pets. I mean, and you get these loyalty points which you get every day anyway. These loyalty points again just upgrades your storage in your towns and cities, you know. And people are like, oh, it's pay to win, and it's not really pay to win at all. I've never seen anything in the store that is going to help me gain extra over an X, Y, and Z player, you know. And another thing I want to talk about is the economy in this game, and they are like gold sellers, and people like them, people don't. They are, and if you see in the gold chat there, spamming it like out, and you know, and the devs in the community are working really hard to get rid of them all, really, because you can't trade in game like gold or coins, silver, and the only thing that they're doing is these pearls you can buy. But what's the point, you know, when you can just pearl shop items and power leveling? It's just stupid. Now why would you want to go and pay somebody to give you a cheap pearl when you can just do it all yourself? Like for instance, like crafting a boat or crafting a horse or like that, when you can just go and spend half an hour to go and get yourself a horse. You know, it's just ridiculous. Like, The only one thing I would say about this game, if I disconnect from here, is that they need to make more servers available, or more instances on the servers. Because if I go back into, yeah, sorry about about that. Like you see, the other thing I want to talk about is the servers. They're, as you can see here, overrun, crowded. Later on in the day, it's quite early here because I live in the UK, obviously, and it's only 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Later on tonight, all of these will be overrun. All of them will be overrun, and all that will be overrun. Each server gets overrun very, very quick. You know, and it is in the early stages of the game, and there's only 3 servers, but within the servers they've got different instances, so it runs sort of smoothly. You know, and it's like the game does run really well on, like, I've got a high-end gaming PC, and when you put the graphics down really low, you know, the game runs really smooth on all platforms. You can put, like, if I put it on ultra, on really high settings on my computer, I get like 10 to 15 frames a second, you know, and the game is the quality of the game, if you can run it at that high, is like really well. Because I do a lot of streaming and a lot of like my own stuff, like I don't really like it on high or ultra or whatever you want to call it, because it just makes it a little bit laggy. Now I have it on medium, everything's on medium, and like I say there, 30 frames a second on medium, and it's absolutely spot on, like, you know. And if I put it down to low there, and I put this down to low just to show you optimization mode, not that, just to see what it's like, to show you what it's like. See there, 51, 54 frames a second, 53 frames a second. And it does look a bit, you know, not very good, you know, but it is what it is. If you want to play it on like that, you can still enjoy the game. The game runs really smooth. And I'll put it on ultra, on high settings, just to show you what it's like, because the game is absolutely stunning, like really, really good. High-end mode. So if I press apply now, it'll go black again, and it'll come back on in a minute. It'll be a bit laggy here because it is, like I say, the game is stunning, like really, really nice. Like, what's the frame rate there settings? 10, 19 frames a second, which is still not bad. I mean, but look at the graphics now, you know what I mean? Look at the shadow one on the floor. The tree before looked absolutely ridiculous. Now it looks stunning, you know. And this game visually is absolutely stunning. And I've never played a game like so stunning. Like, look at the watermarks on the floor around here. You know, you can see the shadow of the horse. The game is stunning. And people say it doesn't run on high-end games. Like now, it's like not even laggy, and I'm recording now. And I've got the things running in the background. And I'm running about, I'm doing all what I need to be doing, you know, and it's doing pretty well. But like I say, I like mine on medium just for the simple fact where it's less pressure on your machine, and it's less like when you're streaming or if you're doing videos and stuff. It's just, and you've got stuff running in the background, it just runs a little bit smoother. What I will say as well, when this comes back on, is another thing about this game. These contribution points, which I was talking about before. Like, you get, like, when you first log in, you get to create a family name. And when you join the clan with that family name. Like, my family name's Doctan, because obviously I'm Doctan. And these contribution points and these nodes, like, you unlock this map on every single character that you make, because it's like for a family name, and all these nodes like you've linked up are all linked up through your family. Like, so if, like, what I did, I got it down here and I realised that I sort of messed up a bit with these nodes and didn't really understand what they were because I was just following the quest line. You can make which I did, I made a new character and I've started from here again, and you can do all the quests in here, get all the contribution points and unlock all these nodes. So your character's still stuck down here, your main character's down here, and you get your other character to come down here. And when you log back in on your main, if you want to call it that, all this will still be on your main and it'll be locked as well. And it's the same with the housing. All the housing that you unlock with one character is unlocked on all the characters. Like I've got these two here because I want to build this one here for the wagon, and this will be unlocked on all characters. The same was with the mounts. The mounts are unlocked on all characters. The and you can use them whatever you want. Like the farm as well. The farm is unlocked on all characters. And what some people do is they have a character at the farm. You can build as many farm plots as you want, and your other character's doing whatever he's doing down here. So instead of running all the way back there, you can log out on one, log in to your other alt, and he's just there straight away waiting for you to join in. You know, and people, it's quite a relaxed game. It's not really stressful where you have, like with other MMO games, you have to log on at a certain time at a certain date to join the guild to raid a boss, or if you're in a PvP team, you can come in to do PvP. But this game, you can do absolutely anything you want. If you want to be the best at fishing, you can go and build yourself a boat, and be the best at fishing. These fishing boats are absolutely massive. You can get little rafts, and you make, like this one is a big boat. You can make big ferries, all sorts of stuff. Or if you want to be a hunter, you want to be the best hunter, you make better guns and improve, you can go out and do that. Or if you're like me, I want to start to get into the trading and stuff, and I want to build a big trade empire, and that's what I want all these nodes connected for. So I can buy at one place, I can go down the other place and sell it, and it's all going to be relatively cheap. And that's how you just buy and sell. And and you build your wagons. You can build a big wagon, stuff. Or if you just want to quest and get to the high end and be in a really good, decent guild, and and go and raid towns and cities and raid other guild castles and wage war on other guilds, and you can do that. You can do whatever you want. You're not governed to do one thing. Like I do a bit of everything. I log on if I want to do a bit of questing, I go and do a bit of questing. If I get a bit of sick of questing, I go and spend some time on my farm and get the farm up again. Or like I go and spend fishing, and if you like me and you've got a family, and you can go to these fishing nodes wherever, and there's a thing called auto fish, and you can just set it away. You can go away and do your shopping, go away, whatever you want to do, come back, and he'll just keep fishing and fishing and fishing, and until you come and cancel it, basically. And that's what it is. It's a really good game. I really everybody should really try this game. It's nothing like I've ever tried before. I know, like when Guild Wars come out, people are like, oh yeah, but this game has something for everybody. See there, the Guild Wars started, and that's somebody declaring that's two wars having a fight against each other. That's like sort of PvP. It's $19.99 for the beginners pack, which I got, as I didn't want to spend a fortune on it if I didn't really like it, so I wanted to try it. I really think everybody should try it, because it's a beautiful game. It's a stunning game. The community are awesome, and for the fact it's come from Korea into the European world, into the North American world, where our sort of genre of games, or the genre of games that's come out of Japan and Korea in the past, has been pretty bad, to say the least. Terra's alright, but it's just not what we like in Europe or in North America. And this game is absolutely brilliant. It fits all the bills, and it's something to play. If you don't want to play it hardcore, you can play it casually like I do. You can go to work and come back, or if you want to play other games, you can play the other games alongside this. You can come out and play this game, and it'll just be exactly where you left off, And this game is like your character progression, or your personal progression. It's all about what you want to make it. It's up to you. And don't for 1 minute think that, it's boring, or I will get bored, because if you were thinking I'm bored, then you must be doing something wrong, because there's absolutely tons of stuff to do in this game. Don't get focused on I must get the max level and I must kill the bosses, because it's not like that. You don't even need to get the max level to do everything in this game. You can stay at the low level when I'm 20, because people who rush to level 50 are going to spend their time doing the stuff I'm doing now, or because if you get the, like, by the time I hit level 50, I'm going to have absolutely all this unlocked. All the nodes are going to be connected, and obviously level 50 I'm a little bit stronger, so when I do go and farm mobs to get whatever I want to get, you know, and help the villages out for contribution points, is I'm going to be already there. I'm going to already unlock all this stuff, and people would have been whizzing through it, getting all the quests, doing all the quests just to get level 50, grinding the mobs to grind XP. And you can do that if you want, just to get yourself in a good guild so you can do some warring at the end, you know, because the wars are pretty good. I'm not saying they're bad, because I've never really sampled them myself, and they are good. But the main focus of the game is you don't have to follow the story in the quests if you want. You can do, like, this yellow quest here, the yellow quests above the head here are daily quests, and these unlock daily at midnight. And if you see the ones that's blue, there's another yellow one there. They're daily quests, and these generally are like let's speak to him. Yeah, contribution points 40. Again, recover energy 3, gathering skill experience. And this is what I'm saying, these requests repeat daily, so you can spend time doing that, then come back later and do it again, you know. And that's what the game's just like. I spent 4 hours on Sunday running about doing, like, not even questing, just doing these nodes and doing these what I needed to do to get the to get my trade route set up so I can, like, make a bit of money. And then I thought, oh, I better go and do it, because you can get, if you press your button here, this guy comes down and he does the main sort of storyline and tells you what to do, and you follow the quest what he tells you what to do. Or you can go into the cities and town cities and you can do, like, in depth, like, really get in depth into the cities and get your contribution points up to help you up, because there's just there's just a lot to do, and I really do think everybody should try it at least once. And if you don't like it, you don't like it, you've tried it. But it's absolute awesome game. I'm going to do some more, like, I've pushed over pretty briefly on everything which I've been doing. I'm going to go into depth into nodes, into the housing, what you need, like, you know, because people, when I started, I didn't know about the nodes, and I didn't know about the housing, I didn't know about the workers. So I think my next video will be about me housing and workers and about materials and stuff, because materials in this game is, like, it's the main element of the game, you know. And you can send your workers away and do it if you want, but you're not going to level your own gathering skill up. Like these skills across here, I've been sending me miners to here. That's not leveling my gathering skill up, that's just them mining, you know. And if you want to be a better gatherer to get on the ranks on the league, then you need to go and do it yourself, and that's what I plan on doing. So yeah guys, this has been Doctan. I know some of my previous videos I haven't been speaking on them. It's because I haven't had a microphone. I've just bought a microphone today. I'm relatively new to YouTube. I'm just starting out on my channel, and I'm going to do more videos on Black Desert Online, because I really do like the game, and I think there's a big community out there who because it is quite a complex game if you don't know what you're doing. And as I'm finding out things myself, I think to myself, oh, I've found out that, so I can make a video for myself as well to show you guys what to do. So this is my first impression. This is what I've basically been doing for the past couple of days now, week or so. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.